First off, good win for the Rebels. That's a good basketball team. St. Joe's, obviously coached by a long-time, very successful coach and Coach Donahue, and they're got a lot of good players. Man, they could shoot the ball, and they had some tough shots. But I was really proud of our guys in a few areas. Number one, we had 10 turnovers the first half. And we, part of the reason they were able to hang around, we let them because of our turnovers, just silly turnovers, travels, carries. But second half, we only had 2, our first one in the second half didn't happen until like under 2 minutes when Isaac, they called that travel where he lost the ball, whatever it was. And then the second one was the goaltending. I really wanted to get to 100, obviously, for the Runnin' Rebels. And when the referees went to the monitor, I says, "Come on, we're the Runnin' Rebels. Just count it. Just count it. We're the Runnin' Rebels." But it was goaltending, and so. But then, of course, at the end, they're just out of respect to Coach Donahue and doing the right thing. Didn't want to, our shot was the possession before to try to get to 100. But in the end, was really proud in the second half taking care of the ball. Absolutely proud that we had 25 offensive rebounds. I mean, that's a toughness thing, getting on the glass. We had 2 guys in double-doubles with Tyron Jones and Jacob. Let me tell you about Jacob, though. Think about this now. And I say this all the time, life's about opportunities. Hey, man, the guy's taking advantage of these last 2 opportunities started. I can't tell how many times on the floor he says, "Coach, I'm cramping." I'm like, "Suck it up. It's between your ears. You're not cramping. Don't tell me you can't do something. You absolutely can do stuff. You're fine." And he was able to get through it. And the guy has had 10 assists in the last 2 games, 10 assists and no turnovers. Like God bless him. I'm so proud of him. From our first workout when I saw Jacob in June, or in April, and to where he's come to now, I'm just beyond proud of him, really proud of him. I thought Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn set the tone with 50-50 ball wins early in the game. Really had great energy, and part of it, he had loose balls that were on the floor he came up with. That helped us get our spurt. Really proud of him, big 50-50 balls. I thought Howie Fleming, he got and we signed the bubble. We had 5 guys today sign the bubble. I forgot one guy in the locker room, but 5 guys signed the bubble. Kamani Hamilton, 5 offensive rebounds. You get to sign the bubble, it's a real privilege and honor. Either 6 defensive rebounds, 4 offensive, or 10 total. So we did a nice job rebounding-wise. There had 5 guys to be able to sign the bubble. And but I was proud of Jacob, proud of Dre. I thought Howie gave us some good minutes. Obviously, was just tough, hard-nosed, 6 assists and only 1 turnover by Howie. Isaac Williamson, I thought, obviously he did some really good stuff, also struggled in some areas. I think just part of it's really kind of his second true game as a college player. We had to hold him out of practice midway through yesterday just because of his foot, and then didn't go through shoot around only the very beginning part because of his foot. So I think we just got to get him fully healthy so we can keep his his rhythm well, especially as a young guard. Nas Cunningham and Al Green gave us good minutes in the first half. Did some good things defensively. I thought Al hit a big shot in that first half, and Walter Brown was outstanding for us. Just sound and solid, just absolutely sound and solid. Tyron Jones, double-doubles, 6 blocks. He's only going to continue to get better and better and better. Really proud of him. And obviously, Kamani Hamilton, we're a better team when he's on the floor, and we were fortunate today to get a win with him, fouling out, and he's got to stay with discipline. He's just got to stay disciplined at everything that he does. He's a wonderful player. We need him on the floor, where our team is better when he's on the floor, but he's got to be able to stay on the floor with discipline. And then our free throw shooting's got to be better. But we found a way to win. We had a scrap, claw, kick, fight. Just had to find a way to win, and we've gotten better since where we initially started at the beginning of the year. So proud of our guys.
Josh, number one, can you talk a little about the process of getting this team to gel, to come together? And number 2, you're piling up a lot of points, and I'm wondering, What do you think that style of basketball is going to be like when you play Mountain West Conference, which is more of a grinded out, kind of physical style?
Yeah, number one is I think the biggest challenge from taking over the job has been the two things that I have sitting in my chair. The two challenges has been one, because we have 13 new players. And so the challenge is trying to gel them, so that's a challenge one. But the second biggest challenge, we've had a lot of injuries. Like I saw yesterday where Coach Hurley from UConn, they had a tough loss to Arizona. Arizona had a good win at UConn. And Coach Hurley after the game said about Storrs, Connecticut could be the capital of the basketball, but he said they're also the capital of the ankle injuries and the injuries. I would say that's right here now. It's more in Las Vegas, not in Storrs, because we have been banged up like you wouldn't believe. And that's been the biggest challenge is the amount of injuries we've had. And then when a guy comes back, how do you incorporate him to get him in with the team that's been practicing for over a month or weeks and multiple months, and then being out and in and trying to figure that out? It's been a process. It's been a challenge to do that, because there's been no rhyme or reason, as in terms of when I say no rhyme or reason, it's just been guys been in and out, like Lodgy. He was in, and then all of a sudden he had a flare up in his foot. And so, like I said, Isaac, flare up in his foot, so we had to hold him out. And then, I could go on and on with just a bunch of our injuries. So that's been the biggest challenge, as you talked about the gelling. I keep saying that once we get to Mountain West play, I'm hoping that we're healthy. And at that point, we've played enough games that we've been able to have some chemistry to that point. So it's still a work in progress. Secondly, about scoring, I haven't coached in the Mountain West before. Obviously, I'm obviously very well aware of the Mountain West and know it's a great basketball league with very, very good coaches and very good players. And, we've got to be who we've got to be. And I'm sure once in conference play, there'll be some games where it becomes a grinding and smash mouth. That can happen, and maybe you don't score as much in the end. You just want to make sure you have more points than the opponent. So we'll figure it out. We just got to continue to get better, and that's all we can do.
Coach, in the first half, you guys took 12 threes. In the second half, you only took 3. What did you see at halftime to make an adjustment to get more downhill?
Yeah, well, I told the guys, that's the other thing. We've got a lot of really good shooters, and but we haven't shot the three-point shot well to this point. That's actually been surprising to me. Now, some of our threes that we take haven't been great threes to take, so that could be part of it. But when we get a paint touch and able to kick the ball out and maybe get a one more, that's when we're at our best opportunity. But we've had some good looks this year that we've just missed. So we're due to get hot, and I think we're a better shooting team than what we showed. But I told the guys we've got to be in that paint. We've got to keep getting to that paint touches. We got to keep having cutting. As you know, I love cutting. I love cutting. I love cutting. I love cutting. And the more we can cut, the better. So, and I don't like the ball sticking. And I thought the first half the ball stuck a little bit too much. So we had to clean some things up on that in halftime, about keeping it moving, getting downhill, and opening up some gaps in some different areas there. So, it was. But we had to fight and scrap and claw to get this win, especially, you a guy like Kamani Hamilton and not, obviously fouling out. And so we had to fight, scrap, claw to get this win.
Coach, you kind of just talked about it, but with so many injuries, how have you gone about adjusting a rotation, and what have you kind of based it around aside from performance?
It's sort of a feel right now, because it's all a feel. Like you're just trying to win the game. And I'm a guy that's a feel guy in the flow of the game. If there's a certain 5 guys that are playing well, I'll just, like I did at the end of the game there, I just let those 5 guys go. And like I said, a couple guys said they were cramping. I just kept them, suck it up. You're not cramping. I don't want to hear it. Figure it out. Because we were just, those 5 guys were playing with chemistry and they were gelling together. So sometimes, look, I really look at analytics, and we study this stuff like you wouldn't believe. But sometimes in the flow of the game, because you're not dealing with robots, you're dealing with human beings, it's just a feel deal. And you just, sometimes in your gut, you have a feel about a certain group, and just the energy, the rhythm, flow, and energy of that group, the ball, how it's moving. you just kind of let them run, and that's kind of what happened there at the end.
So I got to the first one. You talked about some of the ups and downs with Isaac. He brought so much to the table tonight, but maybe some emotion after the technical in the first half.
Yeah, and you know, my daughter texted me, and I just read her text because, you know, I got mad at Isaac. She said, "You're a horrible person, Dad." And so my daughter's here, and I said, "I saw your text. What happened?" She goes, "You were so mean to Isaac." And she goes, "You're just a horrible," she said this text, like, "You're a horrible person." And I was like, but I was mad at Isaac because, and I love Isaac, and I know he can take it. But I was mad at Isaac. Isaac, you just scored a backdoor layup. I don't know all it happened. Man, just, you got to, sort of like when you scored a touchdown, you got to act like you've been there before. And let's get back, and we got to get back in transition defense and guard. Because we're in a situation where we score the ball and we don't have time for all that other stuff. We got to get back. And like, because of that, that gave them a little bit of two free shots at the rim there, or free throws, and you kind of stop our run. He gets his third foul. So I jumped him, and I was upset at him because I was like, "Hey man, like you can't do that," because, you know, it was his third foul. We need him on the floor. He's a great player for us. And I thought he was a little out of sync and out of rhythm today, but he also made some big plays late, made some big free throws late, and but he's a tough, hard-nosed good guy. He's tough. But let me just tell you this: how you recruit is how you can coach the guys. And I am very direct in my recruiting approach. There is no gray area. And I tell them exactly how I'm going to coach you. I tell them exactly how I'm going to be. And if you don't like it, you shouldn't come play for me here. And I don't use any profanity. There's nothing even though I got upset, there was nothing personal, no curse words. I just said, you cannot act like that. You cannot do that. Like, you've got to be better. I don't want to hear about you being a freshman. Like, you are in college. This is men's college basketball. And you've got to be tough enough. You make a layup, man, that's what you're supposed to do, is that backdoor cut and score it. Now let's get back and play transition defense. But Isaac took it because he knows, because like I said, I'm a big believer, how you recruit him is how you can coach him. And if you're going to recruit him with directness and full transparency, and this is the deal, and this is how I'm going to be, and this is how I'm going to coach you hard. And the nice thing, when there's no profanity or nothing personal, the message doesn't get mixed. So I'll have to remind that to my daughter as well too. But
the other one is, I know you have a big win tonight, so you want to focus on that. But there's a big opportunity ahead for your players. Just this tournament coming to town, what does it mean for you guys to be able to play in it, and the opportunity that you have in front of you?
Yeah, I mean, I would say two things on that. The Players Era tournament, obviously, it's the premier tournament right now, or for the preseason. Obviously the premier tournament's the NCAA tournament, but the preseason, it's the Players Era. So we have some great opportunities. Obviously, we open up with Maryland on Monday. I wouldn't even know who's on their roster. I haven't even thought 1 second about him. Buzz Williams is a dear friend of mine, the coach at Maryland. So we've known each other for a long time. I think he's one of the best coaches in the game. I know they're a really good team. I think they just beat Marquette, and so they're a good basketball team. We'll have to play great, but that's for down the road. We'll enjoy the win tonight. Give the guys off tomorrow. I'll be able to get to the office tomorrow and start diving in film, and then practice Saturday and Sunday in preparation for Maryland. And so, great opportunity, as you mentioned, and we'll go from there.
Piggybacking off of that, I know you said you want to enjoy tonight's win, but how big was it to win the two games prior to this, knowing that you've got two power conference teams right in front of you in a really big preseason tournament?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't think about anything like that. Like, I think, I look at us as like a power. I want us to be looked at as a power conference team. I mean, we're still a work in progress. We still got to get better. We have a lot of work to do. But I just think, I love our group. I love our team. I think when we get healthy and we can get better and we can figure out our chemistry and our cohesiveness, I think we can be a really good basketball team. We're not there yet. We have still a long, long way to go. But that being said, we have great opportunities in front of us. And whether we're playing, the way I look at it in my mind, whether we're playing Lincoln or you're playing Duke or whomever else in between, everybody's good. I don't take any opponent for granted. we've got to play the right way. We've got to continue to get better. And I think anytime you play a game, it's an opportunity, no matter who the opponent is. And we just got to continue to get better, improve, and keep fighting the right way so we get ourselves to be in the best we can as we enter into Mountain West play.
You guys responded after a tough home loss, going on the road to get a good win, and then didn't let down and got another win. What did you learn about this team over these last 2 games that you didn't know previously?
Well, I thought that first week, there was we're trying to learn our team, because we were just, whether through injuries and just trying to figure our team out, trying to figure out what was our best way to play certain ways. I love our zone defense, but we haven't really played it a lot because of some of our personnel, so we maybe had to not do that as much, and we had to make some adjustments that needed to be made. So, and I said this, I said it from the beginning. I thought November there was going to be some great days and some tough days, and that we needed to get healthy, and we just need to get better, and hopefully by the time we got to Mountain West play, those two things happened. And then that continues to improve as we move forward. So I think I love our group. Like, I love our young men. Absolutely love them. We got good dudes. But we just got to continue to get better, and that's every opportunity we have a chance to step on the floor is to get better.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, everybody. Okay, yep, thank you.
Yeah, for both players, just stacking 2 wins in a row with momentum right now, just both for you guys, what was clicking in the second half?
Defensively, I would say we picked it up defensively. And I don't know if y'all remember, but the last time I was in here when we lost, I was talking about figuring out ways to win the game when the game's not going our way. And I feel like times tonight the games were just totally flipped to the other team. And, we fought through that, and we figured out a way to win throughout that.
I think maybe just us being together as a team, first half, you can see us a little slipping, but when we come together as a team, we're one of the best teams in the country. So us coming together as a team and us playing defense, it just shows. And I feel like we came out with a good dub tonight.
Aaron, you play with so much passion and energy. What joy do you have playing here at the Thomas and Mack in your hometown?
When I was younger, I used to come watch the games and watch the summer league. And one day I want to play here. I want to play in the summer league. So it's just seeing myself and my future self, I just get excited. And every day when I come to the court, I'm just happy playing here. It's a blessing.
Over here, you mentioned fighting back. There were 2 runs in that second half. One for them to take the lead, and then they cut your lead back to 1, but you kept responding. What was the key to that?
Man, just keep fighting. Coach Pashner has been talking to us about how to start off the season, we went through a rough turbulence patch figuratively, like in an airplane, So for us, it's trying to get out of that turbulence, trying to get to smooth sailing, and that goes for games the rest of the season, and that goes for even during the game, During the game, there's going to be times of just rough air, and you want to find that smooth sailing, and there's no better way to do that with just fighting and defense.
Dre, what do you guys try to say and maybe even coach up in terms of Isaac when he has a struggling first half like that coming off of a career game?
Can you say it again?
What do you guys try to tell Isaac when he has a struggling first half like that and try to coach him up considering the game that he just came off of?
As a team, we all know how good Isaac is. He's a really good player, especially for a freshman, There's a lot of freshmen in the country that wish they were in Isaac's spot, So that's the main thing I try to relate to him is, bro, you got to understand it's a million people that want to be in your spot, bro. So keep a calm head. When you get frustrated, when you get mad or sad, just remember that and keep going.
And Tyron, obviously the turnovers in the first half didn't go you guys' way, but when the defense is playing well, and I think St. Joe's opened the game 2 of 8 from the field, what was going wrong on the offensive end? Was it pace? Was it pressure? Was it something else? What exactly was it?
I think maybe the pressure was a little on us, but coming into the second half, we witnessed that they were pressing harder, so I think we just took advantage of that, just running, us just being the running rebels, we just did what we do best.
Tyron, can you take me through that double block sequence? And did you want Dre to drop it off to you when you ran in the ring to finish the play with the dunk?
On the double block, I just seen he was trying to attack me, so I got it, and then he tried to come around my body, so I got it again, and I seen Dre running. I do what I do best, and I'm just going to run with him. So if he don't dump it, he don't dump it, but if he finishes, he finishes.
I know Tyron right there, so I know you're going to put it back. Get him a goal, get him a rebound and a bucket.
Yep.
You guys had a pretty big win in Memphis. It's sometimes teams have letdowns after big wins. What's the key to making sure that letdown didn't happen?
Totally forgetting about that game, literally just forgetting Memphis, putting it behind us, and focusing on what we got to do for St. Joe's, what we got to do for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for both of you guys. I know a big win tonight, obviously, but a huge opportunity ahead with that tournament next week. Just what do you hope to get out of it, and what does it mean for you guys to be able to play in a tournament like this in your home, in the home city of Vegas?
It means a lot, for the opportunity we have coming up. It's important for us to remain focused, keep that grit we've been practicing with in practice, until it's time to play the game. And yeah, it pretty much just goes from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, us just practicing hard every day and just coming up against these big teams. We believe that we can fight with these teams, so we're going to come out and we're going to show something.
Tyron, for you tonight, double-doubles, 6 blocks. I know you've probably had so many great games, but here inside the MAC, being able to do something like that, where does this rank for you personally?
I feel like I played one of my better games today. I just run the floor. I just see what I can do defensively to get my motor on offensively. So me just fighting my hardest, playing in the passing lanes, getting blocks, getting rebounds. I feel like it's not so much it doesn't help me as much. It helps the team as much. I'm playing for the team at the end of the day.
We're talking about too, with the Players Arena coming up, a lot of big programs and everything, and just the opportunity in front of you guys. What do you feel like the message can be, with the successful campaign, possibly winning both games, at least just one of them?
Just getting the opportunity is great. Us just coming there. I can't really predict the future like that, but we're gonna come fight. We're not gonna let loose. We're gonna come fight.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what I was. Just to bounce off what he said. Just coming with that fight. No matter who we play, we want to fight our hardest.
Dre, I don't know if you looked at the stat sheet, but in the second half, until Isaac's turnover with about 1 minute to go, you guys had 0 turnovers up to that point. How did you guys change your flow of offense from the first half to the second half, and with how the chaotic play was?
It's just all about taking care of the ball. It kind of goes back to the turbulence part. When we're turning the ball over, we're kind of shaky and rocky as a team, but it's important for us to focus to find that smooth airs and taking care of the ball, and second half, we did that and we got the outcome we wanted.